Alright, let's get this going as fast as we can, because it's gonna be a long friggin' day. Yo, Aaron got first. Nice. Alright. You're on Grand Blue. Nice. So you're playing Mega Mommy Milkers right now. Got it.
Make your move first. Taking action is the best way to remove your fears.
Playing with Mega Mommy Milkers. Actually, how long are we gonna have that buff? An hour? No, Aaron got it. Zuby slacking. Yeah.
Hello there.
Hello there. Good morning, Sixta. How you doing today? It was fun getting to hang out with you yesterday. If anybody enjoys BDO content and wants to watch somebody that is more fun and entertaining to watch on the weekend, especially when I don't stream on Sundays, go follow Sixta. He said he's a weekend content creator, which sucks because it was fun hanging out with him. I need more friends to hang out with during the day or lurk in their chats. Alright, we got this spot. It's ours. It's mine. Alright. So let's pop a tent down. And let's get some of our daily crapoli done real quick. Alright, so first off, the first thing we need to do is go to Giants and dump our energy. Yeah, no problem, man. Just, helping you out, hoping, to have more friends coming out with you. Because it was fun. Alright, Moodle. So, Sixal, I got a question. Do you know how long it takes, without researching it, do you know how long it takes to get Guru 50? Making 40,000 trade crates a day. Do you know how long it takes to get Guru 50? If the trade calculator is correct, 3,000 years. No cap. Straight off what the trade calculator says to get Guru 50. Making 40,000 crates a year. 3,000 years. Oh, it's 36 billion crates, by the way. From my current trade level to Guru 50. Alright, so foods are good. Alright. It's disgusting to think about that. Alright, we got our energy buff. Let's grab the feed. Pop that, pop that. Pop that. Pop that. Pop that. Pop that. And let the grind commence. Yeah, me and Narama were doing the math on it last night, and it's terrifying to think about. It's impossible. Even to get like some of the higher guru ranks is still years. So if anybody's up there, they did it exploiting. There was no legitimate way to get there, because it's impossible currently with our system. And that's even like running like nearly 1,200 EXP buffs, percent in EXP buffs. So yeah. And even then, it still wouldn't be enough. 3 millennia would pass, according to this. Which, what does this tell you? BDO needs an overhaul in trade. If in EXP and how crates work, if Guru 50 is unobtainable in 50 years, even in 30 years, and it's still unobtainable, but we're talking 3,000 years. Why couldn't that have been the same for cooking? Somebody messed up. Oh, we're gonna make... Oh, I've heard sailing EXP is bad. I mean, I find it stupid that they've curved the EXP. I'm gonna also snooze these ads so we can chat for a little longer before that interrupts. Why is sailing EXP curved in the inner seas? You know, where the islands and stuff are. That should make no sense. I get it. They want people to, you know, go out into the deeper oceans to get more EXP. But here's what should have happened. It should have been normal sailing EXP in the inner islands. Go out into the greater seas and you get an even better EXP reward. Not, we're gonna take standard sailing EXP, move it out to the deep seas, and then the only way you'll earn like a penance on that on the inside. No, it should have been the other way around. Earn normal sailing EXP around in the inner seas, and then go out to the deep seas to get your like really good EXP. Because it should be worth it. The waters are dangerous out there, yada yada yada. And if they're worried about getting rank, then curve your ranks to make it make sense. I don't know. I'm just the messenger. It's just theory crafted. Spitballing. So one thing that's interesting about Primal Giants, it looks like for me, is as long as I make above 16,000, under 300 AP, like sheet AP, I'm doing about right. So, yeah, that's gonna help out some. Easy 2,000 mastery, I can imagine. At some point, I need to get a Manos book. But I'm just not... There's not enough in sailing, because... Here's the thing, when I was... Like I said, I was more lurking because I was... This is what I was doing. Alright? But, you know, I was sitting there thinking about... everything you can do with sailing. Like, what would justify me earning a ship like what you've done. Like me going through and doing that. What would I do in the ocean that would possibly justify a ship that fast and that expensive to make? You already said bartering's not good money per hour. We can't, it's not like we can gigaload those things up with trade crates and move them across the seas. That doesn't make sense. You have to have a friend carry you out there, which is the dumb part. You can't even drive your ship with a trade crate pack on. So, okay, I can't overstack the boat like I can a horse, so... Okay, I can't justify it there. None, yeah. It's like having a high-performance car, but you live on a farm, dirt roads around. That's a great... That's kind of where my mentality was with it. I'm not gonna lie. That's kind of where my mentality went with it last night. As I was thinking about it, I'm like... I literally don't understand how this guy has Guru 50 bartering to begin with. I saw a guy that had Guru 50. I don't know if he's on this channel or not. Let's quickly take a peek. Rankings, bartering. Yeah. This jerk-off in your guild has Guru 50 bartering. What in the Monka-S crap is he doing? What? What? That's spamming T1s with full buffs. Fair. But it's like, yeah, sure, you've got the medal that nobody else will probably ever have, but what did it cost, Thanos? Everything. I did not read any of your chats correctly. Is that so? I just wanted to get extra sleep, but my body said go fuck yourself. I mean, it happens. Oh, is this life skiller stuff? I wonder if I'm on this at all. I got 4 more hours of sleep. Nice. Because I see some Twitch streamers on there. And I see some YouTube logos. You know, I had that basically on my birthday. 4 hours of sleep. Oof, that was a rough one. Insomniacs suck. Oh, it ain't Insomniac. I could sleep. I can't sleep. I'm not allowed to sleep. I don't have time to sleep. Genetic. Well, I very much could sleep through the night if I wanted to. But I am very much having to do this until I can catch up. This is going to be quite a while. Alright, so if I want to get to the top of that trading leaderboard, I think I can do it. Now that I'm looking at that. If Guru 2 is the highest I have to go, I can make that. Oh my god, get off that little numbnut. Also, how have you been, Flutter? It's been a minute. How you doing? Let's see. I need how many jewels? 30. So I have 35 currently. So 65 or 165 more jewels left to go. Doing all right. Doing okay. Nice. When are we gonna get some Flutter streams? Today? Ooh, today. Nice. So yesterday I put in 6 hours over my day grinding this. I was thankful for chips for being able to eat those sparingly as I was eating, to eat during this. And after dinner I sat down, did 2 hours, back just straight all the way through. And in the morning I was able to get 3 done, 4 done in the morning. It was dumb. But today's the final countdown. We've got, or or today begins the final countdown. We've got to get... I have a flutter ping. Ah! It'll be the return. Return of the Nova. But today begins the final grind. Yeesh. Hopefully. I'm gonna be salty. Actually, you know what? I'm not even gonna make it a possibility. We're going to just spam this out. If tomorrow I literally don't do anything but grind Black Desert until I reach 200, I will do that. Like, off the record, poly grind. Just grind until I smash the 200 number on my account. The moment I hit that, I leave polys. I will do it. Screw the numbers, screw the analytics. After today's, like, I think today we'll bump it up to 80 hours at polys. I think after 80 hours recorded, I can skip a couple hours. If I had to. We just need the jewels to treat us well today. Because I've been getting some very weird and bipolar numbers from this. I had 1 hour yesterday that I got 27 of them. To only get to 33 by the second hour. I got one that was like 20, 30, and then I got like 10 the next. So, I mean, it's very bipolar when we get these things. So, it's like we don't really know what... The average is around 20, but it's very weird how the averages are showing up on some of these hours with these things. Like... It's so hard to grasp what makes this consistent or not consistent. Okay, we're already in night mode. Explains why it wasn't pitch black on my screen. So, but yesterday was a weird one. But we got our cups. We got our ring done. So we got the ring. Now it's time to now it's time to actually get going. Oh, I don't have a gear command. But there you go. The artifacts are EXP artifacts right now, so it's just pure EXP. And then for Manos stuff, it's full Tri-Manos accessories. It's Tet Alchemist clothes, Tet Cooking clothes, Tet Gathering clothes, Tri-Processing clothes. Tet Processing Stone, a blue Tet Sailing Book, and I feel there's something else I'm missing. There's something else. I'm about 90% sure of it. I think I said Tet hunting clothes, the master, professional, whatever the highest end matchlock is that you can get. Just doesn't have the heart in it, because I never got one, and I never went and farmed it. So... that's where we're at. With some news coming in, kind of has changed my game plan a little bit. So, with the rumor that's been spreading, that probably some of y'all have heard that are tuned into stuff, there's been a lot of talk about the weapons getting their boss, their special flame form, or fallen god form, or whatever you want to call that series. With that news, means the Pen Dandy I still hang on to is probably going to use to go make my boss main hand. We'll Caphra 10 it easily, which will save me tapping the Black Star, save some money there, and allow me to go straight into the next upgrade for me is buying a Pen Ogre. So I am planning on saving up that 65 bill-ish number, and then we're gonna go chase a Pen Leighton, Pen Ogre, or whatever is roughly 70-ish, 65-ish bill. If I get to, if it is at 65 bill or less, and I still haven't got the flame, I will pull my 10 bill pre-order from my flame to buy the necklace outright. I would rather have that than the flame pre-order, that I can get the 10 bill back a lot easier. So if I come across one, and I'm at 50, 55 bill, and there is one for sale that I can buy, I will pull the pre-order off the flame for a moment. I feel getting that 5 AP pushing me into a new bracket is more important than trying to get... than holding for a Copium Flame that I won't get for a while. But I can earn 10 bill faster than I can earn 60 bill. So it's when we get there. If it's there, I'll get it. Because I'd rather get that upgrade through. Then hopefully by the time I get to that 60 bill number, I can get my Crescent Ring done. You know, that I'll be able to, the Blackstones will have recovered enough on the market, and I'll be able to get my Pen Crescent bought. Because right now I'm still selling Blackstones for profit while they are at max price, because I know they will collapse at some point. And I'm just waiting for the collapse again. So that's where I'm currently chilling at. But our path right now is Giants till we earn 300 Crystallized Despair, get our Exalted Vel's Heart. Once we have that, we move to Lower Gyphon until we hit, our financial goals. I'm hoping, I can't say this is gonna happen, but I would like to attempt to see if Dekia Achman can be my daily Agris burn. Meaning we would kick it off with our Agris grind every day at Dekia Achman. And then once the hour's up, we go to Lower Gyphon, where we Gyphon and chill for the rest of the grinds whenever we do that. If it's on my off days of streaming BDO, then it's just my hour at Dekia Achman. And unfortunately, we'll never be selling another Tungrad neck or earring due to that becoming lantern fuel. So we're going ahead and collecting our yellow grade accessories. They're just sitting and waiting for lantern fuel. But our upgrade path is going to be this. We're going to get our Pen Ogre, which will be 5 AP gain. We will gain our Pen Crescent. That'll be 3 AP. That'll put me at 8 AP gain, which is basically 1 less than the Pen Black Star Awakening. From that point, it is probably, I need to do the math on it to get an exact number, but it might be game the system for Kaphra Stones. Sell high, buy low, basically. Is the idea. Something like that. I need to go look at what the... I think it's only like a 300,000 spread. Because it's normally, when I sell them, it's anywhere between 2,300,000, 2,400,000. And the lowest I see them go is like 2,100,000. So I need to see what market tax is on that to see if it's even worth... Even though it's pennies on the dollar, but if you're making money, you're making money. Because there are some days I log on and it's just, there's like 4, 5, 6,000 just sitting at 2,000,000, like 100,000. It's like, well, I could buy all those and then sell them for, you know, make 50,000 silver thing to instantly turn them around and sell them at later in that afternoon at 2.5, 2.4 million. But I need to see what the tax is on it. I think the tax might break it even or a loss. Which, if that's the case, then once we hit the, I guess it would be once we hit the goal for the Pen Crescent, we could just start saving and buying the Kaphras needed to C10 the Dandy. And in case something comes along and says, nope, can't use the Dandy, you're gonna have to go use XYZ Awakening Weapon to get the new boss weapon. It's got to be infused with this. I still have the Kaphras that I can liquidate or put into it. So that was my idea. To potentially help get into the next gearing phase. Once we get that Kaphras taken care of, then it becomes the grind for the real upgrades. That's where we'd go into, do we want to start working on the 20 bills for the Tet Manos accessory stuff? Is that where we start looking at saving up 90 bill a piece to buy the 3 Debo accessories that we're gonna need? Because we're gonna need a necklace someday, we're gonna need a belt someday, and we're gonna need a earring. And then we're gonna save an earring slot and our ring slots for the next set that they'll eventually release. So, in order of upgrades, I believe the best gain of function I get is the belt going up. How many days have I spent killing shrooms? Yes. A lot. Let me put it this way. Since I started recording, I have 76 hours recorded here at Polly's Forest. Doing this exact rotation. 76 hours. And the really crappy thing about this, the really crappy thing, I was just about free of this place. I was finishing up my final piece, my final few Atanus elements, and then they dropped this stupid jewel grind on us. And this jewel grind is OP. Because right now, I am farming what I would have to farm in the Elvia realm. Up here on stuff I can blast through instantaneously. These jewels get us cups, and these cups are worth 5 billion apiece, which will allow me to enhance these up. So like the only one I'm doing now is I'm getting this next cup, which will take this 3% crit damage and allow me to put it to my next Pen Crescent. So they're adding increased stats, and each one of them are worth worth 5 billion apiece. So essentially, right now, crescents for me is roughly 1.3 billion silver an hour in value. I can't go to any grind spot currently and just jump in and start making 1.3 bill an hour liquid silver. But the downside is I have to spend 6 more hours on an average here after I finish the cup to finish my potion, which is worth a crap ton of money, which will actually turn that grind into the 1.4 or 1.3 billion silver. When I sell that pot is when I get the funds for it. That's where most of the money is hidden behind. It's hidden behind these elements right here, the Atanus element. And then once I do that, I'm out of here. I'm done. I'm not coming back unless a big grind event pops up here. And if it doesn't, as long as the grind can be done with most. Alright, we got a Marnie's box. Let's pop this thing. I just can't remember to add it later. As long as I can grind that whatever grind event that may show up efficiently somewhere else, I will stay the frick away from this place. Because I would like to point out to the jury here that I was 38%, I believe, when I started here. Or like 35%. Somewhere in that range. I am now 90%. I get 2.2% an hour here. If I'd have done this at Gyfin, or not Gyfin, but if I would have done this at Mirmok, I would have gained over 0.6 an hour. Meaning, I would have been 65 and change by now. But I'm here at Polly's Forest, getting 0.2 an hour. It's great. We've gained over 600 skill points. I think I was only like 100 skill points deep when... Maybe 500 is what we actually gained here. Grinding this out. All I know is it was capital letter dumb. But we've made nearly 60 billion grinding this in liquid silver. But that's technically in 2 full potions and almost a third is where most of that money is. But we gained some good things. We've gotten some decent money from accessory boxes, like those Marnie boxes turn out to be they turn out to be money. Especially when we grab, like, the Duo Tungrad belt. When we loot that thing, that's 800 mil for us. Those are gains. I'm really contemplating trying to start pushing my trade run through sooner. I may end up trying to get the crates for the ores pushed through as fast as I can. Once the training dummy event ends, I'll start smacking ore as much as I can. Because right now, while that training dummy's up, I'd like to get the value off of it. Because it is pretty nice. It's giving me quite a boost. But we've learned a little bit about polys. We've figured out how the Botanis drop rate works. We've figured out how, you know, what really does drop rate. How much does it really affect? It's been an interesting chunk of hours here. We learned that people overvalue your buffs to a certain extent, you know, where people are like, you've got to grind it here. No, you don't have to grind it at the... Grinding on Arsha is not about getting the 50% drop rate. It's about you having the ability to freely kill people as you see, please. That's all it is. Using the Arsha buff is almost a moot point because it doesn't... That 50% does not matter on 80% of the crap you get. It is a placebo effect. Not saying it doesn't help at times, but it's a placebo effect, really, at that. And that really is going to get under people's skin because of how much they're like, oh, I've got to have the 350% when I grind because I'm trying to grind such a rare item. No, I get it, especially when you're looking at an item that has like a 1 in 20,000 chance to drop. Elton Piece, or whatever that stupid thing is for the compass. It's, you want every little bit counts. But unfortunately, The differences you see isn't making or breaking your run. Not 50, not 50%. You need a much bigger spread. Going from like 100%, you actually can physically notice the difference. But sometimes within a 50%, you almost go, did I just get a lucky hour? And this is really doing nothing. Because Black Desert is the master of hiding information, and I feel there's something hidden about that drop rate. But Atanis is definitely outside of it, and I'm going to eventually be making something on this. So. Alright, 13 jewels. We have, what, 10 or 18 minutes left? I can't tell. My eyes are blurry, so I can't read that number at the bottom of my buff bar. But it's either 10 or 18. Getting 7 more in 10 minutes feels a little sus. So this will probably be a slightly lower run. But that's okay. We can take the loss. Okay, it's 17 minutes. So, okay. 7 more in 20 isn't that crazy. Here at Polly's, my average is usually between, like, 20 and 22 an hour at the end of a day. But I've seen, you know, 10 in an hour. I've seen 5 in an hour. I've seen 29 in an hour. So it's just... It really depends on where you know, where your luck really hits on looting the things. But when you finish, like, a 4 or 5 hour grind, like I did a couple days, it's sitting, like, 1 or 2 more or over or less of a 20 an hour grind here. So at the end of the day, we'll probably, if I do 4 hours today, we'll be sitting around 80 of the jewels. If I do a 4 hour grind. If I do a 6 hour, or if I do a 3 hour grind, we should be sitting somewhere around 60 to somewhere near 70 at times. It just depends. So I'm looking for somewhere around 80 if I'm going to a 4 hour grind today. Thankfully, I'm listening to my story right now, and I'm not writing. I finished it. I finally got that chapter done. It's 15,000 words, but I got it through. Now I just gotta see if it makes sense. So, that'll take me all of like 2 hours today, so I think I can deal with that. Because then I'll listen to it, because I'll need to take a few hours away from it, clear my mind. And then before I go to bed, I'll probably listen to it one more time, and then I start writing the next chapter tomorrow morning. But the average that I hear outside of Polly's Forest is between 12 to 16 an hour. And I don't know if that's up to pure bad luck. Some people get it around up to 20. You know, they'll see the 20 an hour, but it's not a consistent 20 an hour. So, I'm trying not to get discouraged with what I see in one singular hour if I know I've got multiple hours backing it. When I start getting worried is in that final hour. That's when things turn around or go south. That's the point when you're going, yay, I did it, or oh my god, I didn't get even anywhere near it. That's the one that sucks. Especially when I was like super focused on Atanis elements. You start out in the morning with like a 4 Atanis element in an hour. You feel disgusted when you're used to making like 7+ an hour. Also, I went and looked at the Garmoth website. There's like 114 hours of Valkyrie's grinding this place recorded. I'm 76 of those hours recorded. So, I'm just saying. You can take my numbers pretty accurately. Because after 50, we hit our consistent... We can tank a bad hour and it doesn't drop our average, is what I'm basically saying. We've hit the average now to where that number on my end shouldn't change. If anything, it'll get slightly more accurate over the next 20 hours. Or 16, whatever I've got left to actually input. Technically input. So we'll keep a we'll keep it accurate, and then when it's all said and done and I make my potion video, I'll briefly talk about it, but then I won't really talk about it until the Atanis element video. Because I've been thinking about doing something for a while. Especially with all the empty hours I've had here to myself. Especially at night. I'm thinking one thing that I might do for me, and as well as for any new player that is looking to play this game at some point. We'll make a video series where I share my knowledge and experience in the game in a condensed form to educate players quickly and efficiently on BDO with everything I've learned over the 8 years. And at some point in time, I'll make that for this. So we'll basically make an Ultimate Beginner's Handbook, which might be what we end up calling the series. I don't know. We'll have to figure out the branding for it. But it'll be a produced series, just like I did with the Epic 7 Ultimate Beginner's Handbook. And it'll be only that. We won't do an intermediate type guide, and we won't do an advanced guide. It'll be a one-off progression guide to get somebody into the game. And I will take them on a journey of history through Black Desert as we go along, and Where is the poacher? And go through and walk everybody through everything. From the creation to the end. But I think with that one, I will record more of it than actually... I will record it more before I release it. So it'd be very much pre-recorded. I think is what would end up happening. And then I might just upload it and it's a daily release. Until it's done, is what I thought about. But then the other issue is things change every Wednesday. Something's always getting screwed with. So it's like, well, what if you talked about trading and then that week that you happen to post the video, that's the week that they update trading. And then that's where I'm going, well, yeah, that's why I should probably do this one at a time. For if something changes, you can amend it before you update the video. Or re-record it. Because professionalism. It'd be an interesting series, that's for sure. So with 5 minutes left, if we get like another jewel, maybe two, I call that average, and I'd be happy here. But I think, in order to make that series, the more I think about it, I think I'm gonna wait until they merge the life skills. I think is what I'll end up doing. pennies for cups. So 4 minutes is at least another 2 laps. If we're gonna go for 4 hours today, we really gotta make sure that the arm does not tire out. That it gets plenty of circulation, because it will start going numb that 3rd hour. Now, I can play with my hand going numb, but I'd prefer to hopefully get through that without that happening. Come on. At least one more jewel? Would be nice. I'm not even asking for an Atanus element. I'm just like, drop a jewel. One minute, so probably in the 2-minute range, actually. We might get one more full pass around depending on where that timer starts ticking down. Ah, right there. We'll get about halfway around, then we'll need to stop. Okay, yeah, it's odd. I normally don't go this far into a buff without having to drop off at a horse. This kind of makes me a little concerned for the trash we just got. Let's jump over here, continue down this line. Either that or we didn't get nearly the armors we got, which is where a lot of the weight starts adding up. Alright, so we'll do this bend and then we'll call it quits. The hour and go report that. A Tannis element right at the end. Alright. So let's go re-tent buff and all that good stuff. Time to get out of bed and get some coffee. That sounds about right. Nope, 31,000. We made par for the course. Okay. Alright, we're gonna buy a tent buff and repair. And hour 2 commences. So 17 in the first hour. We got 7 Atanus elements in 1 hour. So we're very much on average. Very much on average. And there's the first jewel of the hour. Alright. Also, I should probably look real quick. Kazarka is next up. Come on, don't do that crap. There we go. Come through here. But it's kind of a overwhelming thought when you realize you have to get 100 a day right now for me to get 2 cups. I need to get 100 today, so when I go to bed tonight, I have to have over 100 to feel safe going into tomorrow. And then I have to slam 100 out of polys tomorrow. Now, it'd be great if I could get 425 jewel an hour runs. I would feel ecstatic for that. But getting that? Alright, so let's think. I want to do some math in my head if I can. And we're going to need to keep it simple and not think large scale, so we need to keep it small numbers. Currently, let's say I'm at 24 billion. Yeah, roughly. So we're at 24 billion silver again. Especially after today, there's no way I'm not 24 billion. The potion is going to sell for around 17 bill. So that would probably mean it's gonna end up netting me around 15. So 29 plus 15 is 34. So we come out of polys with 34 billion liquid silver. Now, I need 30-ish more bill to buy a pen oak. The question would be, can I pull 20 bill out of giants grinding for my crystallized despair, for my exalted Vel's heart? My first run at Giants only netted me 400 net. 420 mil. So we're gonna need to attempt to run, most likely, an elixir rotation to get more physical damage downrange on him. So we're gonna have to open up our wallets a little bit and start buying some elixirs to hopefully cut that up. So we'll need to run the human damage one, we'll need to run the AP one, accuracy most likely. I think it's brutal death is the defense nullifying damage one, so we cut their defense down, I believe is what it is. Most likely my damage was back attack, I think, to them from my AoEs. Because it wasn't down attack, because I never could get them on. I don't think they were on their backs that often. And then probably some sort of regen. Just to help out per attack. Damage reduction from them, not that I really need a ton of it, but it's not going to be that expensive to make. I have most all of that. Stamina would be wonderful. Stamina would be so good for me. Gain like another 100 stamina. Yes, please. Although I don't think I actually had a stamina issue there. Not like I do here where I'm constantly at 0. I'm hoping I can get that trash up 3,000 to 4,000 more in an hour, because I think I only made like 14,000 trash an hour. Now, I'm not gonna go down the crystal path. I can't afford to just go invest into a giga crap ton of freaking crystals just to go grind giants to make Like, okay, so here's what you'd have to do. You'd have to figure the cost of the crystals times the estimated hour, or you'd have to figure out the estimated hours needed based off of the average that somebody is grinding there to get the 300 crystallized despairs, and see how much money do you make more in those hours investing in all the crystals needed for giants. That's literally what we'd have to do. Now that won't be today when we do that number crunching. We'll do that probably at the end of the end of the potion grind. Because what we want to see is the money invested worth worth the gain to our overall grind for how long we're going to be there? Or is it better to take the whatever the loss is, look at the loss of it per hour, and see if that gets made up when we hit the next spot? Like, does that help us? How much quicker does that help us just get to the raw goal? Because then you're not having to recoup money, it's only gaining money. So even with the money lost, how much faster do we hit the, let's say, the 55 billion mark? Because I will pull the pre-order at the moment I hit 55 bill, and there is a Pen Leighton Ogre or Tungrat at 65 bill, I will most likely swing on it. If it's less, great, I'll swing on it then. But anything over 60 bill, whichever one's around the 60 bill mark and I have it at that point, I'll pick up. I don't give a crap which one it is. I will not care. Because that 5 AP is good stuff. Then we earn our 10 bill back, we put it on the flame pre-order, and then that never gets pulled until it goes through. And then we start working on our crescent ring. Getting all the money needed for the catalysts, and we wait for the Blackstone market to crash. Or somehow just get to the point where we have obtained I might just start saving my Blackstones, honestly. Even though we only earn like 100 a day. Like, that's nowhere gonna put a dent in 17,000 stones. But, you know, maybe we just save our Blackstone weapons, see where we end up with, do our scrolls after grinding out the cups, spend a couple days doing scrolls, maybe convert the hunter seals over to blackstone weapons. It's not the most efficient use of money. I'd have to do the exact math. It may just be worth, at that point, actually at that point, just attempting to buy the blackstones outright if I use the other method of hunter seals for something else. Because I can probably, I'd have to do the math on it, but I think I can nearly double the value of those with hunter seals. I think. So I'll need to look at where my hunter seals are. We've got 200 plus voodoo doll scrolls we're gonna have to run. There you are. So, we'll need to do the math on how long those take to run too. Roughly. Because I would stack 5 at a time. Nobody's allowed to add to it. It's just burning my thing because I don't want to kill it any slower than I already have to because I got so freaking many. I just want to degenerately drop them. Although the sad thing is, if we're going to be grinding lower Gyphon, we're going to get another gigaton of these things. But the money sounds too good, so for how many I have, it'd be the only way to ever get my money out of those things. But try to get 3, 4, 5 people to come just smack on it. And I'm sure we could kill them fairly quickly. With 5 people. We may end up just making a whole stream of that one day. Try to get it to where maybe it's like on a weekend. And, I try to clear my mornings so that I can do a 5-6 hour stream and try to burn through as many of those voodoo doll scrolls as I can. I would like to think, again, would like to think we can kill one of those in less than a minute. So if there's 240 scrolls, that's 4 hours of killing voodoo dolls alone. Roughly. That's not counting the up and down time between them. But let's say it's time to kill is less than 1 minute. Or around 1 minute. That's 4 hours of voodoos. I know Six Sal's wanting to expressed interest in potentially coming to leech on those. I might see if I can sucker Valhalla Princess and a few guildies to come do it, or if there's anybody else on NA that's watching that wants to damage and leech, not just leech, but actually put in damage. Before we'd hit up like world chat to just leech. I wouldn't know where I would want to do them either. I think voodoo dolls can be done outside of Valia. I just want it somewhere close to a well. That's what I would like to do, so that people can just pour it in from a well real quick. Which is why I think Valia makes the most sense. So now here's the downside. We're almost 30 minutes into this grind. We've only got 4. I need to get 6 more, roughly, jewels this hour to sort of make up from the, the half hour. If I want to try to get near a 20 an hour run. But just because I have a down hour now doesn't mean that the next hour isn't a super run and we end up, again, near the 60 mark when it's all said and done. It's about highs and lows with averages, and it's annoying. That's for sure. Or if all of a sudden 25 more want to drop this hour, I ain't gonna complain. You do you. You go for it. I'd be okay with a 50 by the end of hour 2. Ain't gonna happen, but it'd be cool. But we need to end today with around 70 in our inventory. Whenever I finally say I'm done, it needs to be around 7. So we've got 32 in the storage already. Also, I saw one of my highest normal trash runs ever the other day. 34,000 in 1 hour. I don't know how I did it. But we pulled 34,000 out. That was pretty neat. We did an Agris run yesterday, which gave us 42,000, I think is what it was, for an Agris hour. So basically 10,000 more trash than what we normally get. Just did it to burn it. 40 minutes, too. It was completely gone. We eviscerated it here at Polly's. It once was there, now it's gone. How's that Marnie Stone doing? Getting near halfway. Alright, cool. That's getting finished today. You know, it's about time we get a Spectre's Energy, too. Now that I think about the timing, we're around, I think, range of one of those dropping. I mean, you want to talk about hot and cold. Those are hot and cold. When you get them, you get a lot of them. When you don't get them, you go for a while without seeing them. That's what makes it feel so weird, how you can go days without seeing a Spectre's Energy, and then within a grind hour, you loot 3 of them, and you're like, how? And why? I do not understand. Does not compute. .exe has stopped responding. So what you're saying is... Yes. That's what I'm saying. Oh. I'm actually confident that I'm gonna have a level 10 noted Giants by the time I reach it. I don't think I'll have 20, but I think I'll be above 15. But we'll keep it updated as we start grinding there. We'll slowly start, just like what we did with Mirmok. I started Mirmok, I think at like 14 is when I actually started grinding at Mirmok. And then I eventually got it to 20. The thing is I didn't expect to get to Primal Giants so quick. So I was still pumping into Sulfur Mine. If I had to stop pumping into Sulfur Mine earlier, I could have had a 20 node by then. You hate getting abnormal gear? We all hate getting abnormal gear. I heard abnormal. I came to say I am mad. Yeah, we all... Aaron's like, oh, abnormal gear. Yeah, screw abnormal gear. Thy too hateth the abnormals of gear. But yes, I definitely think this is one of the massive quality of life things they have got to do. And I honestly thought about trying to squeak out a video this week on just that. Like, as soon as I get done with where my free time goes, as soon as I'm done with the jewel grind, I can throw into making the abnormal video that I've been wanting to make. I refuse to play the minigame. No, it's actually the other way around, Patrick. It's the MMO player became a gacha streamer who came back to messing with this in his downtime. It is the other way around. I will claim because I've got years on BDO prior to being ever touching a gacha game. I got my sub button on BDO. I gained affiliate from here. So this is where that came from. Anyway, how you doing? How's life treating you? Yeah, I noticed you've done that on Twitch. And you don't want it back at all? Because surely you've got the numbers with what all you do to be able to instantly have that back if you wanted it. Well, I didn't know if you gave it up and meant to keep it away. Because some people do that. You don't average the viewers? How? What you do is always so entertaining. People always came to watch your stuff, from what I remember. Because you would always do like the crazy Nuzlocke stuff. You would play a lot of the adventure games that were really fun to watch. I need you to pay closer attention when you stream so I can at least lurk on the laptop and the PC. What? How? Did your audience move over to YouTube with you? No, for affiliate. Yeah, so Flutter, you can give up your sub button. And he's just short, which is weird. Patrick always had 10, 20 people when I used to look over at his chats. Some days I'd walk in, he'd be in the single digits. Some days he'd be in double digits. It just depends on where I would pop in the stream. Well, it was even after Epic 7, though. Because I thought your Nuzlocke stuff did really well. And there was a few of the, I can't think of the name of it. Fire Emblem games. I thought pulled a pretty good audience when you would stream. Been playing Persona 3. Ah, okay. Well, we'll get that average back up. Anytime I see your channel live, I'm gonna open my tabs on my computer, even if I can't say anything. I'll come lurk and we'll get you that button back. Because that's the stupid thing sometimes. One extra viewer in chat can mean the world of a difference in how far the visibility goes up. To getting people into a stream. It's crazy. Because of how, like, Okay. So maybe coming out of Persona 4 or coming out of Persona 3, Golden may not be the best idea, immediately jumping into that. Oh, really? So they would want to see the continuation. Alright. I would have figured people would have been like, alright, let's play something else for a little bit and then we go to Golden. I figured you'd have gone back and forth. There's no real continuation. So the Persona games aren't like a continuous story. Oh, it's its own game. I see. I would have figured it would have been a continuing thought being told in it. May see many references. Okay. Each persona is around 100 hours. Okay. But there's no real link between the stories. Okay. Interesting. Played Persona 5, then 4, then 3. Okay. That has to be weird going back to older technology like that. Like, instead of seeing the improvement, you see the downgrade of what they improved from. Okay. Interesting. Isn't really a challenge. Okay. I remember watching Alouette stream that a long time ago. She was a slight variety streamer who would stream Seven Deadly Sins and she would do Persona and a few other games. Girl literally fell off the face of the planet. I have no idea what happened to her. One day she was here, the next day she was gone. Never came back to stream ever again. No one heard from her since. Okay. Yeah, y'all are speaking Greek to me. I have no idea. Alright, 15 minutes. If I can get 5 more, I'll call it close for an average. Okay. Our special attacks. I see. Okay. Another one I hadn't seen on in a long time that I used to watch a good bit was Dylan Plays. He was playing Minecraft and he was playing Minecraft and Call of Duty, but he got so tunnel visioned on numbers that I believe he burnt out because he was more worried about the numbers than just hanging out with people. I get it. It sucks when you stream to nobody. Or you stream to a handful of people and they say nothing the entire stream. I get that feeling. I've been there, done that a long time ago. You know, you might stream to 3 people, 4 people all night long, but not a single word ever gets uttered in chat. I get it. But to me, it's the only time I get to really dig in and play a game. So it's about sharing the experience with anybody who wants to come along for the journey, you know? And you have to have that mentality, but he wanted the viewership. He wanted, you know, the interaction was more important to him versus about the process of just streaming. Yeah. That is exactly what happened to me twice. I took my viewership out of Black Desert, it went to nothing. I built it up eventually from 7 Deadly Sins into Epic 7. Well, it went Marvel Future Fight into 7 Deadly Sins into Epic 7. And we lost it again there. You know, we were literally at the doors of a partner. At the door, and I lost it. All because of Jenna's numbnuts. Which, thankfully, karma's coming back to bite him in the ass. So. Well, the real thing is you don't build your entire community off of the game. That's the issue most players fall into. You don't sit there and play, let's say, Albion for 3 years straight don't stream just Albion for 3 years straight and expect to go anywhere outside that channel and retain your viewership unless your community is into the other game. Take Hexity. Hexity is a wonderful example of this. Hexity came out of Epic 7 at over 175 viewers. The average day for him is 30 to 40. Peaking at 60 to 70 is what I see. Now, he's got a wonderful thing is the Final Fantasy community took him in with open arms, along with the remaining true just core Hexity fans, which, you know, I call him a good friend, and, you know, I'm always there to try to support him wherever I can. You know, I have his tab open, you know, anytime I see him there, I try to pop in and just hit the channel and lurk for him. You know, I try to do that with anybody that I do see. If I'm around a computer and I see somebody's stream is up, I try to throw a lurk on either the laptop or the on the gaming PC here. So, wait, what? What about that Karma Charger? So, if you go out and play any game and that's where your numbers build up, every streamer is going to have a crash when they come out of that game if it's what they get known for. Unless you can keep it in a similar vein. You know. Weird. Also, the Dutch thing, I can kind of interpret what it's trying to say, but I get by the numbers, I can tell more by the numbers than I can tell by the words. Dutch is scary. It looks like friendly German written. Yeah, I mean, well, the numbers told me instantly what it was. Oh man, I like poking fun at them. I would imagine. I'd be terrified to try to learn the language. Because of our D's and T's. Is it because they don't make sense or you have too many rules revolving around your D's and T's? Like, I actually don't know what would make it hard. There are words that you would say the T, but you would write the D. Oh my god, that would hurt. You know, it's the 21st century. Why don't y'all modernize your language? We're smart enough nowadays. Why don't we just learn to respell the Dutch word with a T if it sounds like it's a T, if it writes with a T? That would be the logical five-head thing. If it's written with a D, it sounds like a D, and it's said like a D, write it with a D. It's 2024, let's all go to English. That's a dangerous thing. I mean, it'd be great, I wouldn't have to press 1 for English, 2 for Spanish. But that's kind of the cool part about the world, though. I love hearing people's accents and hearing other languages. I can't speak it for crap. I respect being able to hear it, but when I actually do want to understand what the heck you're saying, I need to know it in my own language. Oops, where was I going? Ye don't know, doth not know, though now knoweth what you're talking about, Sixalith. Curve thy tongue. How dareth you? Spoketh such words of harshness. Heed thy warning. Silence thy mouthpiece. Mine ears doth bleed from thy dreams. Aaron's like, I was made for this. Time to RP the heck out of this. She was like, I was made for this. I meant the malt liquor, but that works. I mean, I would know. So they started cutting. Wait, really? That's weird. Aaron jumped on that a little too quick. I mean, in our country, British English is the proper English. I mean, I get that. Kind of on the same note, my most clean written English is in cursive. My class can't read it, but my teachers love it. Oh, jeez, that's amazing. See, this is why I love Scarlet. She talks like that. Yep. Yep, you're right. Tis but an old soul. The thing is, I can't say as Americans. So definitely from the British people. I get that. I mean, there is such a thing of properness when it comes to the British language. We're over here just making words up, because why not? I mean, you know, we got the most uneducated youth of ever, and they're the smartest, dumbest pieces of trash ever in America. Because we got guns, America, and freedom. All right. Put a potato in your mouth and speak English. I actually know people who talk like that. His feelings, right? Anyways, BRB. Alright, well, we will be here. I mean, we're changing our courses so that you don't have to actually know how to read to pass high school. Because that's... the underprivileged aren't able to know how to read... What happened to Hooked on Phonics? You know, like the $100 board game that you could probably, like, just gift to somebody at this point? Be like, hey, here. Somebody's probably got an old Hooked on Phonics sitting somewhere. Here you go, Sonny. Here's how you learn to read, right here. Couple days, you'll be reading like a champ. And if that doesn't work, give them the sauce that has some words. I promise, they will learn to read real quick. Just give them some numbers, they'll know what to do with it. If they don't know what to do with it, then they're a lost cause. But if you give them the 6-digit to 8-digit number, they should know what to do with that said number. And then they can learn to read very quickly with what is written on the pages. Very quickly. Yes, there are words on those pages. For some of you who may not realize, there are actually words on those pages. Just saying. I didn't know there was words on them pages. Shocking. I was too busy doing other things. Well, you were there for the plot, not the story, so... Makes sense. No incentive to read these days because a ton of socio-political stuff that is the problem, like 90% of modern problems. Yeah. Like, learn to read. It's not that complicated. Unless you live in a country with a really stupidly complex alphabet. All right, hour 2 is done. Oh, but yeah, it's sad. Especially when you get into some of these cities and they're like, yeah, we're not gonna make it a requirement that you know how to do this. You know, how about instead of dumbing things down for people, you force them to get better. Give teachers who actually care in these places. So, all right, we average 10 Atanis hours an hour right now. I can no longer speak or write in Spanish, but I can read it to a small extent. Listen, I know my numbers to 10, I know how to ask for the bathroom, and I can ask for where my lost pants are. That's what I know from my extent of Spanish. I am smart. But here's the crazy thing. 9th grade me could write Spanish really well, couldn't say it for crap. Thankfully, none of my tests had to be recorded and sent in. So I was able to go under the radar that I couldn't actually speak it, but I could write it. Now I can't even do that. That literally was 20 friggin' years ago. relatively fast. Honestly, I think it's so memory dumped. I think it's beyond gone. I'll be real. With all the other information I've had to store in my brain, that definitely got memory dumped. There's so much of that I don't remember. And it was 1 year and only 1 year of Spanish. I hit the minimum mark and I got the frick out of there. Like, I can't blame my mother, but I blame my mother. Because here's how this went down. It wasn't required that I took it on my 9th grade year. So going into the 9th grade, she talked me into taking Spanish at the very beginning, saying, and I quote, "It would be good for you if you would just go ahead and get this over with. Then you wouldn't have to worry about it for the rest of your school years. And I'll sit here and I'll learn it with you and we'll go through it." Then that's one of the years my mother got deathly sick. So what did I have to do? Learn it on my own. Mom, at that point, spent 7 of the 9 months basically in bed. So, yeah. It was, that was great. That was a wonderful time. Learning Spanish is easy, they said. Thank God I had videos. Thank God it only had to be written. Oh my God. I still kind of rub that at her. She's like, you know I couldn't help that. I'm like, still, if you'd have let it up to the actual flow of nature, you'd have been fine and we'd have learned this together. Because you remember, yeah, you'll have to remember, I was homeschooled. So, literally, we would have learned it together. But because of the way the system was set up, it was on videos at that point. So I had DVDs that I had to watch every day for the classes. But like I said, she was sick in bed for probably 7 of the 9 school months. Because, like, we had just gotten started, and then I think it was around October when I think the first surgery happened. And then from then till spring, it was doctor's appointments, visits, you know, 100-degree temperatures, double staph infection during that time, and it was rough for her. And yeah, so I was sold a lot. Well, I mean, like I said, she couldn't help it, but, you know, jokingly, tongue-in-cheek, I was sold a lie that I was going to learn Spanish together. You know, so the speaking it probably would have stuck more if I actually recited it, but with no rules saying that I didn't have to actually say anything because there was nobody to check me on it. Oh, I took the easy way out. I learned to write it. I got 100 on the test because grammatically, at that time, on my final, I scored, I think, a 99, I think, on the Spanish final that year. And it wasn't her scoring it, it was the school that did it. Scored it. So, by paper, I spoke Spanish. More like Red Mexican when you came over and talked to me. Oh, that was the... ¿Dónde está los pantalones? Habla... I don't even know. I'm gonna offend so many Spanish and Portuguese and people. I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut. Before I end up saying something, they're like, that's bannable. Whoops. Just gonna keep my mouth shut. But you kind of get what I'm saying. If you speak Spanish, I'm sorry. I'm horrible. What's bannable? I don't know. I'm gonna just keep my mouth shut in case I say a word that's bannable that I don't realize is a bannable Spanish word. Sounds innocent. It's not. Hashtag reported. Oh god. Today's Twitch ban report says Nightingale1176 for calling this person a bleep. Well, alrighty then. And the really funny part of this whole thing is, in the end, I've worked with 2 people on my project who speak Spanish. One's from Spain, one was from Argentina. Karma came back to bite me in the butt. Oh, you're never gonna use it? Here's 2 people so far. Son of a bitch. Oh, good times. Now, right now, one of the main artists I work for is Italian. Or that works for me is Italian. Needless to say, I gotta sweet talk this person because I need their red sauce recipe. I'll be like, alright, tell me your grandma's secret red sauce. I need to know. Give me the keys to Atlantis. Help a fellow lover of the culture out. I know y'all take that crap to your grave, but please. Help me out a little bit. I want to break the spaghetti. I promise. I will do it justice. I search. Like, I've got a couple of good red sauces that I think are good, but I want the real. The goods. The real top secret. Hidden in a black book, passed down from grandmother to grandchild, secret frickin' knowledge. I'd marry an Italian if I could. But then I have to worry about the mafia. Finding me. Because I love red sauce pastas. They're so darn good. Literally, some of the best food I ever made came from a Italian market that I could buy from. Stuff was made locally that morning. The sausages made that morning. The bread just came out of the oven an hour ago. Fresh pasta made by a real Italian grandmother. Oh my god. So good. So freaking good. Like, I mean, yeah, I know how to make pasta, but when you need to be quick with your preparation because y'all can go do other stuff, I don't have time to sit and make fresh pasta dough. Especially, and cut it. I mean, I had a KitchenAid, so I mean, it's not like I couldn't have put a pasta cutter on it, but yeesh. Why do that when on my way into town I could swing by the market and grab some that was freshly made that morning that I know is made authentic. She could barely understand a lick of English, but you knew when you pointed in there and you're like, that one. We're walking away with the good stuff. Oh, I missed that. Also, the funniest part about the whole darn meal, I spend 15 minutes getting my pot to boil to cook the pasta for 2 minutes. I had the time to make my own dumpling dough. Could make my own Zalong dough. Soup dumplings. Ooh. That would be really good. I hadn't made ramen in a long time. I've been kind of thinking about sitting down and doing that one day. Actually making ramen. Kill like 3-4 bowls in a sitting. Regret myself until I pee it out, and then I feel so much better. The pressure has been relieved. I think I'm gonna have to get some ramen in my life soon. Thanks. Listening to this conversation has made me hungry. You're welcome. Keep in mind, for me, I've been up for 6.5 hours, so it's basically like lunchtime for me. It's 8 a.m. here in the U.S. right now. 8:30. 8:37 right now on the East Coast of America. Good morning, America. Yeah. Go out and get some sunshine, freedom, and side America. Yeah, no, it's like already like lunchtime for me. So. I never eat lunch, you know, at the proper time I should, because it's when I stream. So I grab junk food normally, or some whatever random stuff I have to make to eat leftover, or... Funny, it's 5:30 a.m. here. You darn West Coasters. Well, no, I would normally be eating lunch about 6 hours after I wake up. You have to realize, my normal day used to be like 6:30, 7 in the morning. So eating lunch around 1, 2 o'clock was normal. Or 1, 12, 1 o'clock in the afternoon was normal. Again, my normal schedule. I eat dinners like 15 hours after I wake up. That's my first meal most days. Yeah, that's, let's see here. On my birthday, I got up at 1:45. 12 hours was 1:45. That means at 12 hours, 17 hours into my day. No, 16 hours into my day, I finally ate dinner. Oh, I was dying. Actually, I think it was actually closer to 18, because I think it was around like 5:45 when everything finally finished up. I've done that once or twice. Where I would, you know, eat dinner, then I wouldn't eat dinner till the next day. Like, go a full 24-hour loop. It's pitch black and not quite raining on the West Coast. Well, I can tell you here, the sun's up. Here in the Peach State, we got some potential clouds out there from what I can kind of see through the peak of the window. And I hear some birds kind of chirping around out there. So it's going to be basically spring here when I walk outside later. I'm going to be like, what in her nation's going on out here? It's supposed to be the middle of February, not the middle of August. Whoa, that is 2 pure Blackstones within 2 minutes of each other. One came from Achman, the other one came from Histria? That's so weird. It's right over here in Central Time. Tell you what, I miss the dark. Getting dark early, staying dark later in the morning. I miss those days. Being very southeast. Central Time is funny. Yep. Darn Floridians. Last time I went to Florida, I got incredibly sick. I actually think I caught COVID before COVID was a thing. Like, really started, like, being announced. Because it was funny how I had a respiratory thing that nobody could figure out for months. I think it was like, I think I got sick like mid-June, and I don't think my cough went away till the end of October. And guess what we started hearing about not too long before that, or too long after that? This pandemic breakout in Wuhan, China. Shocking. Just so happened to be, I get a very similar thing that nobody could figure out. And then, lo and behold, COVID became a thing. Alright, so we're gonna stay below average for sure in the 3 hours, unless this picks up over the next 30 minutes. So we haven't ever gotten a real high above average to curve it. Through 2019 for me, and I missed the performance because of it. The doctors had no idea what it was, and I felt like I was dying. All I had the same symptoms too. Yeah. I believe it was out there in the US a good 6 months before they ever started talking about it in the end of 2019. I was sick in 2019. I was running a high fever, had a bad cough, small patch of pneumonia. Yeah, it was, I was laid out for nearly 3 weeks. Which was just That never happens to me. At max, I'm knocked out like a week. I'm pretty sure Zoo is around for it. When I got sick that one December. And I had to take almost a like 2.5, 3 weeks off. But I can say, for me, I hadn't gotten it since. No shots, no nothing. Hadn't got a single thing since that day. And I've been around some pretty sick people. That's a good record, too. You know, I just realized I still have night vision on. We definitely don't need to be burning our retinas out. Did another one pop and I just missed it? What in the heck is going on? Maybe my luck will turn up today and I'll loot one too. So that's 3 PBSs in like 5 minutes. Streamer luck? Totally. Alright, 44. Let's try to get... No, I haven't seen 2 more PBSs pop. I've only seen those 2. Remember, that's what they kind of look like. And it's got a big announcement up there. I've only seen the, I've only seen 2. Seeing more than 2 looted in back to back in 5 minutes is a very unusual sight in Black Desert. Normal Blackstone weapon, or normal Blackstones are one thing. But not pure Blackstones. Which, I'm gonna have to go find somebody to go screw off with this thing with. I got 15 days left, so I've got a little over 2 weeks to figure out what I want to do with it. It's too valuable to flush away on some mobs. I honestly just may let it expire in my inventory and just say that I had it. You know. Here is the... Here's the badge of honor that I actually had the 1000 DP buff, and I chose not to use it. For the sake of saying that's my second full Blackstone ever looted from Black Desert in 8 years. It's 38 out, 58% humidity. It is 36 here. 35, 36. I just need that in the daytime, and I would be fine. That's what I'm after. I would be quite happy with that weather. That makes sense. 39. I'm sure it'll be up in the 60s today. Not looking forward to it. Actually, who? What time it will? What will it be today? Today's high is supposed to be 60. Gross. I hate this spring weather crap. I hate summer. I can tolerate spring because it's cooler. But I hate spring over fall. Spring brings way worse things here in the south. For those of you who don't know, pines are awful. Pines put out yellow splooge into the air, and it is insane. When we talk about it looks like it snowed yellow. Yeah. It's disgusting. That crap's just about to start up. Yeah, you've gotten a pretty good majority of them. Aaron yeeted it out from under you today. Karma's yeeted a few from you. Zeph got one. Hellcrust has gotten one or two. Trying to think who else has gotten one. Yeah, which is fine. You need rest, get rest. No, he's just listening to his wise elder who keeps telling him to have a life. The high may be 60 over here, but I should probably turn my room into a greenhouse to get it to 75. Wow. What in the world? Yeah, Twitch app, from everything I've heard, needs to be updated. Like, they gotta really put some time into it for the user experience. But it's free, it doesn't really make them money. Which is weird. I was up really late last night trying to push the chapter so that I could finish it this morning. I got it done. Oh, I got it done. Don't feel like it. Leave me alone. Let me go get some sleep. Fine. We'll sleep a little more. Normally, that's the case for me. Even though normally about 1:30 is when my body's normally like, we hate everything going on around this. When I upgrade my computer, I'm going to see about getting the largest fucking hard drive I can find because I have a 1 terabyte and it's almost full. Well, the largest? Are you sure about that? You sure about that? 'Cause I'm pretty sure Apple has one that's like $24,000. You'll probably never give you a quantum computer hard drive. All right then. Well, so everybody, you heard it here first. Flutter is starting up an OnlyFans account to fund her quantum computer hard drive. Her sub offer is going to be starting at $4.99, and she'll be offering premium packs on the daily on the fans. So subscribe today. $499. No. Nobody's gonna pay $499 to the base level, for a base level OFans. I mean, maybe the Giga Premium stuff, sure, but nobody's gonna go in at $499 a sub. I mean, you might be able to get that out of an image, but pop that behind, like, go out there and start advertising bathwater or feet pics or something behind it. I'm sure you'll get some degens out there. Oh, man. air from Flutter's rune. 69,420. Yeah, I'm sure you'll have the money in no time. A 30 terabyte hard drive is somehow $350. That's kind of nuts. Breaking news, Flutterdash is the next belt. Yep. VTuber explodes in popularity overnight due to selling water from her bathtub. Becomes the next internet sensation. If you drink it, it'll give you wings. Watch guys sit there and punch that back instantaneously. Zeph would spend $35. Zeph would. Zeph would totally do it. Oh, man. Little did he know, he invested deep into trying to get Lady Nocturnal, when all he realized is Flutterdash was sitting there on a walking gold mine. Just choose, you gotta learn to choose your investments better. I mean, you should know your audience. I mean, they're gonna have to be a bunch of little freaks because they like a bunch of horror stuff. So you know they're gonna be into the kinky stuff. So, oh yeah, you're gonna be having some fun with them. Of course, you know your audience. Five Nights. They're like masochists. They enjoy pain. Why else would they sit there for a 6-hour Five Nights at Freddy's stream? Because they enjoy it. Of course. So I'm sure you'd easy make the money. Provide them with the plot, they will provide you with the coin, and then your quantum computer dreams. You'll be able to outperform NASA with the swipe. Massive Pure Black Magic is a ingredient that is used to enhance, to make Blackstones to enhance your Black Star grade weapons. Certified Queen, Mother Monster. So, alright. That's definitely a title. I think there's a cooldown on it, so I don't think you're going to be able to Gamba for, like, I think 2 minutes, I think.
you. I appreciate that. How you doing, by the way, man? I hope you're doing good.
Suck it, nerds. I mean, I low rolled, but I still gotta cross the board. Once again, the High Roller Club stays High Roller Club. There was a thing where people used to, we used to duel in chat, and I'm like, nah. I only play against players who have 50,000 points or more. Back in the day. I was the only one in the High Rollers Club. Everyone would get close, but then somehow it would lose it right at the end. Fun little meme. Well, Zoo's literally broke with points, so he won't be able to gamba for a minute. Whoa, he actually has points now. Yep, cooldown. High Roller Club, man. You ain't there yet. I don't play with peasants. Bro. You got wrecked by RNG. Oh, man. Whoa! Karma jumping up there. Man, you massively crit too. That was like nearly a... That's like nearly rolling a nat 20 on D&D, man. Zoo just keeps hitting critical fail. And another one bites the dust. Alright, I'm done for the day. There's my RNG. I think this is one. Oh! Even the 8-ball says it's against Zoo. You blame Zoo? Stop killing mushrooms. They are protected under law. Not under my law. I'm an outlaw. And what I say goes. Hello there, how's it going? I think the cooldown on 8-ball's pretty quick from what I remember. It shouldn't be long. I think that's literally at minimum cooldown. So it's whatever the bot says. Like, it's as fast as it'll go. Streamlabs straight up came at you. Bot's got 0 chill today. Oh, that's great. I'm curious how far that cooldown is. Probably 25 seconds, maybe? Is what the bot allows as the minimum? I'm not sure. It's been nearly 6-7 years since we set that up. It does not like you. There you go, Zoo. Thinking on that one. Did we break the bot with too many questions? The answer's within yourself. Oh, she's straight telling you to white swipe. Unless that answer was for me. No, never mind. That was for you. Uh-oh. I'm sure she'd tell you no, too. Alright, let's go. Let's see him. Insert Kappa face. Oh. Hour's over with. Slightly under on that one. 27 to Tannis in the hour. That's actually really good. All right. She doesn't know. All right. It's 9:30. Yeah, I'm gonna call it. Alright, so we'll need to report that Marnie Stone we done in 3 hours. Alright, let's report this stuff and go over here. I would say no. Brutal. Oh wait, this needs to be over here. Yeah, you're not wrong. That's a technical not getting any. All right, 8, 9, 10 chest plates. 3 boots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. $16. $32. Because there's 6. Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 rows. And then we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 16, 32, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52. And then we got one artifact. We got one Marty Stone. Caphras, 78. Botanis, 27. Voodoo Dolls, 53. 46. 157. 44. 59. 27. 3. 1. 11. Um,
It's gonna get harder and harder from here.